Welcome to the Imperium Forex daily video. Before we begin, it should be noted that any advice is of a general nature only and that your personal circumstances have not been taken into consideration. Hello everyone, my name is Rob Clayton and thank you very much for joining me. To start this morning's webinar, the Australian dollar last week failed its topside attempt towards that 76.65 area, and from Friday's sell-off, the market is now set up for a further down test, with the immediate support coming in at 75.95, and also note as a key level, if breached, would reopen the downside and expose a potential target of 74.80.90. Any advances on the day, I expect to see fresh supply returning from 76.65, and above that, I view towards the 77 handle as a potential supply zone. In light of the pattern overall, the market is now returning back to a dynamic bear phase that could see a further move beneath 74.80.90, but let's play towards how 75.95 plays out and reassess from there. Following on to the euro, you can see that the market still holds to a very heavy bear phase since the rejection of that 109 handle. With the dollar strength returning on Friday, the market is now poised to look towards the 105.70 challenge since the confirmation of the break recently of the 107.05 region. With the immediate support coming in at 106.35, I expect to see further weakness and take out this level of 105.70, and then this should expose further weakness towards 104.55.70, and maybe even potentially give a target of 103.40.70, which was the near 14-year lows back here in November, December. That's my preferred target. The reason behind that is the fact I feel the US dollar will strengthen and recover from the recent losses and look back towards the index of around 103.5, which would potentially put the euro down towards 103.40.70 area. Resistance on the day comes in now at 106.90 as minor and firmer at 107.30.40. Well, the dollar yen story, since breaking out of this pattern here, is now returning to re-challenge the support, which comes in around 111.30 minor. I don't see that as a firm support. The risk is that from the technical pattern on the 4-hour time frame could see further weakness towards 110.80.90. Now do play a little bit of caution here, as a rejection may emerge from this level of 110.80.90 and would be seen as a potential opportunity to establish a small long position, as the market may rebound from that level and look back towards that 112.55.65, which is my preferred view, and reassess from there. Well, the sterling, very mixed on last week. After rejecting that 126 handle, fell back beneath briefly under 124, and then re-establishing the last 2 days a slightly bullish bias. For this week, I expect to see probably a mixed pattern again, as like to last week, and could see a challenge towards that 126 handle before falling back towards that 122 support that I'm expecting. On the day, however, the range comes in now at 124.95 to 125.55.60, and still selling to strength, as I feel the market will fail towards the top side and look back towards this potential target of 122.10. Well, the gold, very mixed pattern here coming through. Nevertheless, we are seeing good resistance coming in around 12.62 to 64 after recently failing there, with a slight rebound on Friday in front of that 12.38 support. Could see a further challenge towards the top side, but I expect to see towards 12.58 to fail, and with the cap holding at 12.62 to 4, the market to look back towards that 12.38 support and then lower to eventually challenge that 12.24 target. You can see here the technicals are breaking down from the MACD point, and also we do have a negative crossover from the stochastic, which does put in favour of a potential slide in the next 24 to 48 hours. And wrapping up with silver, well, the market is being a little bit stubborn here as it challenges and still failing towards that 18 figure 45 area. I do expect to see another sell-off coming through from the market eventually from this region and look back towards the support holding at 1780. This could actually weaken further towards 1740 and reassess from there. Towards that top side, as long as 1830.45 caps, I'm still comfortable and still hold the view that the market will eventually break down, especially with the MACD now back to the top side of the range and slowly shaping up to a potential negative bias. Could see this market follow through to the downside, eventually falling sub 18 and looking down towards that 1780. So that wraps up my daily video. Thank you very much for joining me, and I hope you have a great day ahead.